Anthony Hartwig here with a Boardman girls golf player profile. We are joined by sophomore Gianna Ross. Gianna, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you so much.
Now, we know last year you had a very impressive freshman season just to get high school started. What's it been like this year, kind of coming off that and not having to deal with all the freshman jitters anymore, and you have so much to learn from a year ago?
It's been really interesting. I've had a lot of fun this year because I get to play with my older sister. But I feel like Sophia Rivera last year really taught me a lot about being a role model, and I like being in the position where I get to teach everyone else like how important and fun the game is.
Yeah, you might just be a sophomore, but you're going to be a leader of this team because of the success you have and the numbers you put up. Talk about what that's like to be a younger person, but also be kind of thrust into the leadership role and to be able to guide other players in the team.
I really enjoy it. I think because I've been around the game for so long, and it's really fun because I get to teach the girls new things, and we all can relate very well. And I think golf is such a mental game, and it's important to stay positive throughout your round. So I like to focus on that a lot.
Let's talk about this golf journey. When did you kind of start? When did golf become a part of your life?
So my older cousins, Brian Terleski and Gianna were golfers all throughout high school and started at a young age. So my grandpa kind of introduced me to it when I was like around 10, and ever since then I've been like super interested and I just love it.
Now, beyond 10-year old Meredith, was it instantly loving golf, or did you have to kind of be coaxed into loving golf a little bit?
I think I kind of like had to be like coaxed into loving it. It took a lot of practice. Like it's not an easy game, and you're never gonna be perfect. So it took me a while to just learn how to like do everything. But once I figured it out, I really enjoyed it.
When you were younger, how did you also deal with kind of the patience of golf? Because we know that that's something that kids struggle with. You have to be able to not get a great hit every time and be able to bounce back from it. So how were you able to develop a strong mental state and a positive mindset?
Really, I find it really important to just walk myself through everything. Like the last shot doesn't matter. Like you need to put yourself in the best position moving forward. So I always like tell myself when I'm in trouble that I can always recover and there's always something you can do. Like just get the ball in front of you. That's the most important part.
So when you step up to the tee box and you're looking at what the obstacles you're facing are in the specific hole you're on, do you plan it all out and then just go from where the first shot goes, or do you just kind of give you the best drive you can, only plan that shot, and then we'll go from there?
I try and like look at the fairway, look at what's around me, and pick out the best position for my ball to be in for my next shot, and then that kind of determines where I want to go from there. So really, just wherever my drive goes, that's how I'll like pick what I want to do.
When you're thinking about your mindset, are you more of an aggressive golfer? Do you think you'll take more chances, or are you a little bit more conservative, where you'll play the safe route, make sure your ball's in a good position, and go from there?
I always like to tell myself to play the safe route, but sometimes if I'm super frustrated, you never know what happens. But I like to always put myself in the best position moving forward.
Sometimes you can't help it, risking it for the biscuit, right?
Yep.
What's your favorite shot? Like your favorite? I should say club. What's your favorite club?
My favorite club is probably my 5 wood. It was my older cousin's, and I just love it so much because I usually hit it the best, and I just love like par fives, so I like to get to just like smash it down the fairway.
Now we're 2 years into you golfing at the high school varsity level. What do you think? What part of your game has grown the most since you started last year?
I think my putting because I like again golf is so mental. So I used to get so down on myself, and now I think I've really just learned like how to calm myself down and like tell myself it's going to be okay.
You guys have a wonderful team at Boardman Golf. Boys and girls have both really been good for the last several years, not just this season. But when you're out there, it's just you. It's you and the ball and the
Mhm.
course. You don't have anyone to really lean back on. How much does the support of your, like? Do you ever like fall back mentally on your teammates and what they're going through and the support they give you?
Yeah, definitely. When I play, it's like if I play with someone else who's on my team in like a match, we definitely like feed off of each other. And before when we warm up before the round, we always like to talk about what we're going to do to put ourselves in the best position and just always stay positive.
When you think about the lessons that you think golf teaches you, we always talk about how many lessons this sport can teach. What are some lessons that you think you've picked up that you take into just everyday life?
Um, like being patient in that not everything is going to work out perfectly. So you have to do what you can to put yourself in the best position and, always take all the opportunities that you can to better yourself. So I think that's very important.
All right, so you have 2 more years of high school left, so we have a lot of time before you start thinking about your future. But I do know from the questionnaire you answered that you still have very real plans or very real goals to play golf in college. Talk about what it's like to start to get the ball rolling for that. Sophomore season going into junior season, that's when you start to really heavily recruit. So, what's it like trying to kind of achieve that goal? What's it been like to just try to put yourself out there this year and try to get yourself on the radar?
So I play in a lot of tournaments over the summer. So I think that that helps. And I always tell myself just play my best, do what I can to like put myself out there, like be on social media, talk to people that I know who like play college golf, like my cousins and Sophia. So I just really want to just continue working and doing my best, and hopefully that works out.
I was gonna say that you have a former teammate, Sophia Rivera, that's starting her first year at YSU. Man, how much have you kind of talked to her? Be like, what's it like? What am I looking forward to? What do I have to do to get to where you are? What are those conversations been like?
Um, she said to just, always do your best, reach out to everybody that you can. She said she loves it there, so I'm like looking forward to like finding my place and like getting that opportunity. So I'm just going to keep working my best and just never give up.
Do you have any dream schools? Like, man, if I could just do it good enough to get into this program, that would be awesome.
Um, I don't know. I feel like YSU would be so awesome. Um, I kind of would like to travel too, so maybe somewhere in Florida, but I don't have like an exact school that like I would die to go to. But I
Oh,
definitely think I will in the future.
Florida, huh?
Mhm.
Let's go. I like it. The tropical weather. Get
Yep.
out of this nasty Ohio
Yep.
winters that's about to hit us. When you think of yourself off the course, what are some other interests you have? Some other hobbies that fill up your mind, make you kind of that well-rounded person that you're not investing all your time into golf.
I am a part of a Italian club here in Emerging Leaders. So I like to do things with my friends and, just always be a part, put myself in as many things as I can. So, stay social and just always have fun.
How much does leadership on the course and on the team translate into that emergent leaders club and trying to just be a leader, not just on a sports team, but in the school and in the community?
I think it's important to, always help people. So, like, being positive with my teammates and, like, helping other people and emerging leaders and, like, volunteering to help other people. I think that's very important.
When you get to help the community that supports you and every other athlete in Boardman, because we know this community supports Boardman athletics so well. What does that do for you to be able to say, hey, I know what you do for us, so I'm gonna come and volunteer and help you guys out too.
Yeah, I just think it's so important because everybody in this community is so positive. So I just like love like going and doing things for people and helping them out. Like
Speaking
just
Speaking of this community, you get to represent it when you golf. You get to put on that
Mhm.
Boardman uniform. You get to you whatever score you have, you're representing Boardman with that score. What does that mean to you to be able to represent the school system and the community when you golf?
It means so much to me because my family has been in this for so long, and I just like want to make everybody happy and show my skills. And I just think it's so important because everybody here is so welcoming and kind, and I just like think it's amazing that I get to be a part of something like this.
Let's talk about you in the classroom a little bit. You have a great GPA so far through a year and some change in high school. What have been some of your favorite subjects?
My favorite subject is history. I just find it so interesting. But I also love math because I love having a problem and like finding a solution.
With a GPA of 3.8, you haven't struggled that much. You've gotten really good grades so far. But what has been that one class that has really pushed you to get those good grades? You really had to buckle down and work hard.
I think English class definitely. I'm not the strongest writer, but it's really pushed me, and I feel like I've learned so much over these past 2 years. It's really amazing.
Now, I know you haven't been through a lot of sophomore year yet, but maybe you get the idea of how hard it's going to be. What do you think is harder, freshman year or sophomore year?
Definitely sophomore year. I think you have many more responsibilities, and I definitely think that the classes are harder. So I'm just really trying my best to do the best that I can.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good job. Now, when we talk about in the classroom and your favorite things to do and your least favorite things to do, and there are probably days where you don't feel like doing the schoolwork, right? It's just real. You might be having a
Definitely.
bad day. What is the drive that gets you through those days, whether it be on the golf course, on in the classroom, something that gets you through and doesn't drive you into, you know what, I'm just not going to do it.
Um, Definitely like because I want to go to college. So I'm like, if I push myself and like do the best that I can get these amazing opportunities. So that's what pushes me to always strive and do my best.
All right. One of the things I also want to talk about before we end this interview, of course, is role models, people in your life that have kind of molded who you are and it helped shape the person that you are today. You could go with golf role models, and you can also go with just life role models from both sides. Who are the people you look up to on the course that you try to play the game like they did, and then who are some people in life that you look up to and just get advice from every day?
I think definitely my Aunt Christine was a great role model because she was so brave and kind. And, from her struggling with ALS for like 9 years, I just think it's amazing how she pushed herself every single day and fought so hard. So that always pushes me to like do the best that I can and like never give up. And I just love her message to always be kind to everybody. And I think that's so important. And I also look up to my cousin Brian because he's such an amazing golfer. And I just want to be able to hit the ball like he does.
All right, when we expand on that a little bit, the way we end these player profiles is we give the player the chance to shine a light on the people in their life that support them, that get them to where they are. And I want you to take your time to do that. Give out all the thank yous and the shout outs to the people in your life that you think deserve it.
I think my family, my mom, my dad, my older sister Tessa, my younger sister Lena for always coming out and supporting me, my cousin Brian for teaching me everything, my grandpa Ron Michelet, who taught me the game of golf and made me fall in love with it, my uncle who always helps me on the course. They're just such important people in my life, and they always know that I should never give up. And it's so inspiring to have people around me like that pushing me to always do my best.
All right, Gianna, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck going forward, and we can't wait to talk to you real soon.
Thank you so much.